These are the plaintiffs, Tiffany Jones and Anthony Turner. Tiffany says the defendant backed her car smack into the front of her Honda Accord at a gas station one night. Told her she'd pay for the damages and, you guessed it, did not. She's tired of going back and forth with a flip-flopping woman who never gives her a straight answer and is suing her for the $1,154.29 she needs to get her car fixed. This is the defendant, Ashley McGrother. She says she admits she tapped the plaintiff's vehicle, but the amount she's suing for is downright ridiculous. That's right, the girl's tacking on all sorts of things looking for a big payday. It's really terrible what some people will resort to when they think they can make extra money by capitalizing on an unfortunate situation. She's accused of gassing up a woman.
I like that.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. The plaintiff says the defendant backed her car into her Honda Accord, but the defendant says it was a tap, so this is ridiculous. It's the case of my Accord is now an accordion.
Douglas, Tiffany Jones and Anthony Turner, you are suing Ashley McGrother for $1,154.29 in damages to your car that you say she did. Tell me what happened.
Well, I believe March 27th, I was in Columbus, Ohio, that's where I live. I was pulling up to the gas station at Sunoco. Well, at the gas pump, there's two pumps, just like every gas pump. I pull up into one. I'm getting my gas. I come back out. I'm pumping my gas. I see Miss Ashley pulling in. She pulls in. She parks. She's there. She's fine. Then she starts up her car, backs up. I'm like, wait. And she was like, she hit my car, but she stopped pretty good though. She didn't make the hood go all the way to the windshield. But so she was like, she apologized. She said, I'm sorry. I was cool about it. I wasn't mad because I knew there was nothing I could do at the time. Why get all irate when at that moment, 12 o'clock at night, there's nothing I could do.
12 o'clock or 10 o'clock?
12 o'clock.
Okay.
In the morning. In the morning. She looked all dressed up. She was with a couple friends. I assume either she was on her way to the club or coming from it. I was in my pajamas, ready to go home.
You're in pajamas pumping gas?
Yeah, pajamas pumping gas in the car.
Who's the man next to you?
This is my boyfriend, fiance.
Okay, you got to show her a better time. All right?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, if she's in her pajamas pumping gas at midnight, you are not doing your job.
Right.
All right.
Don't you see all this?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
What happened? You hit her car?
I did hit her car. I'd like to correct her first statement. I was already at the gas station. My brother was inside paying for my gas when she pulled up behind me. She was not there when I pulled in. And so I pumped my gas. I got back in my vehicle and I was getting ready to pull away.
Why are you backing up?
Well, because I was getting ready to turn right and the exit is kind of behind me.
Okay.
So I was going to back up a little bit so I had sufficient room to turn
you didn't
right.
look behind you.
I did, but because my car sits much higher than hers, she was in my blind spot.
Wow.
And
the whole car is right behind. You mean below you? Like she's in some blind spot, like below you?
She was very close.
I think
to
you
me.
didn't look.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Were you coming from the club or going to the club?
I didn't see her. I was not going to the club. I was going to a line dancing competition.
A line dancing competition.
Yeah, so it's not like I was going to the club.
That's all right. You can go to a club.
Yeah,
There's nothing wrong with that.
So I did bump into her car and I got out and I apologized. I gave her my information.
Okay. So why didn't you pay for the damages? Do you think they're milking it?
So can a bumper cost $1,100 to fix?
Of course. The fender could be broken. The lights could be broken.
Even if it's a tap?
Oh, it's certainly possible. It's very possible that that kind of auto body damage could cost that much to fix.
Interesting. Okay, going inside the courtroom.
What happened, I called my insurance company. They informed me that they would not pay for it because it happened on private property.
Really?
Yeah, and so I went ahead.
What insurance do you have?
Safe Auto.
But
they will not pay for damages if they happen on private property. So I went ahead and let her know that either...
You got some really cut rate insurance because that doesn't make any sense. I mean...
I let her know that I would either pay for the hood or she could go get estimates for the damages or, whatever she felt comfortable doing.
Okay, did you get estimates?
Yes, I did.
Did you send them to her?
Well, at that time, we had exchanged so many words. I think it's probably best that I didn't even
What do you mean you had so many words?
Okay, because she told me that she just told your insurance company couldn't pay for it. So she told me, my dad's a mechanic, this is what I'll do. You get the, help me find out how much a hood costs, and she said she'll do that herself.
Why doesn't her dad as a mechanic do that?
I don't know. He's supposed to put the hood on for me. I've been waiting days. I called her, Ashley, you got it done? No, I'm working.
How many days passed by the time
2 months.
2 months? Why don't you just take it to a place and get an estimate and give it to her and say, this is what it's going to cost. Pay me now or pay me later.
Well, I guess, okay, let me rephrase.
Do you have estimates?
Yes, I do.
Do you have more than one?
No.
Why don't you have more than one?
This is my first time
Let me see the estimate and let me see the damages.
Okay. This is the estimate.
And if the lady's willing to work with you and spends 2 months being patient, how is it that you, in your words, in the answer to the complaint, she wouldn't be patient? I guess I was taking too long for her taste. I mean, come on.
I have text messages as of April 13th, which was about 2 weeks after it happened. Again, I work 40 hours a week. I'm a full-time student.
Then don't hit people. Well, I mean, this is something you got to pay attention to.
I was trying to find a hood and everything.
What kind of hoopty alley mechanic garbage is that? If your car,
no,
do you drive?
I asked her if she did not want me to replace her hood.
What kind of car do you have?
I have a Jeep Grand Cherokee.
What year?
It's a 2003.
Okay, and if you got damaged and you had to pay for it and you want to go through the internet and finding a hood and somewhere else and trying to, that's great. But when you hit somebody, you don't have those.
I let her know that if
I'm
that was,
talking.
Sorry.
Did I breathe and give you the impression I was done?
Sorry.
You don't get the prerogative to make her fix it in this piecemeal way where you try to save yourself money.
No, ma'am. I asked her if she was okay with that, or she could get the estimates, and I would be happy to pay for the damages.
It's too dense. It was small, just too dense.
No, but come over here and show them to me.
Yes, Your Honor. These two dents.
That and that?
Here, yes, and it made the lock push in, so it's not aligned that way.
All right, so
basically the hood ain't the same no more because it won't latch.
Listen, you want to talk, you show that girl a better time.
I like you.
Okay? Don't be coming in here like putting in your 2 cents. Like, okay. Go ahead, I'm sorry. The hood what?
The hood actually, when she hit it, it really don't look like it's that much damage on the exterior.
No, I can see it. It's not.
But on the interior, the latch that latched the hood.
So they have to replace the hood?
The hood, the hood's gonna need to be replaced. Then the latch got pushed back, so now the hood won't properly close. So anybody can open up the hood and still.
Okay, so tell me again, what's your defense?
As I said, I told her if she wasn't okay with me sourcing a hood and having it installed for her, she was welcome to go get estimates.
Okay, well, the estimate's $1,154.29. And
she never provided that to me.
And you agree that you never provided it to her before suing her because what happened on the phone?
Because back and forth, we were cussing each other out. She basically said that I was trying to milk her for her cash.
Okay.
And I'm like, no, I'm not even that type of person. She accused me of wanting the money for drugs. She told me she'd make $100.
Wanting the money for drugs?
Yeah, she accused me that I probably want to go get rocks. I have it in my text messages that I probably...
yeah, let me see it. Why would you say such a thing?
Well, she had called my phone while I was at work, and I told her I'm at work, I'll call you after I get off, and she started cussing me out, and she was asking me to pay her, and I told her I wasn't going to pay her without an estimate. I'm not just going to write you a check.
Of course not. The way it works is, I mean, you spent 2 months so patient. Just get the woman an estimate and say, here's the estimate. Mail it to her, say, you have 2 weeks to pay me or a week to pay me, and that's it. I don't understand why you didn't take that step. Go ahead. I don't care how nasty everybody is. Just take the step because maybe you would have gotten paid. And that's what she's claiming now. She would have paid you. She would have paid you. Go ahead.
So she started cussing at me and I hung up on her.
And then you told her she was buying rocks?
No, I sent her a text message back and I told her that she's being unreasonable. She's being impatient. I'm doing my best to try to find a hood. The one that I found was black.
Is your dad really a mechanic?
He is. And
why don't you have a dad
because he doesn't have a body shop. He's an auto mechanic.
Look, Your Honor,
we're done. Oh, we're so done. Stick a fork in me. I am done. Okay, I'm done. You got a big mouth on you for somebody who ended up hitting her, and you probably had a big mouth on you because you couldn't believe she had a big mouth on her for somebody who ended up hitting you. You were annoyed that you were trying to be patient, and then all of a sudden it's I'm trying to find a hood, can't find one. You find one. It's just like it's all neither of you should have to deal with what you think the other one is. Okay. It should just be done by paper, and you should go ahead and mail her an estimate, and she should go ahead and pay it when she doesn't, because I don't think she was gonna. When she doesn't, then you go to court and you say, I sent her the estimate, judge, she refused to pay, and you take one more wind out of her sail, which you'd know if you watch the People's Court. But in the meantime, it doesn't matter, and therefore I find in favor of the plaintiff and the amount of the damage, which I find to be a reasonable estimate, $1,154.29. You could have had a chance to do it cheaper, but you didn't, so here we are.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Well, here's the defendant right here. The judge says it would have been cheaper if you had done it your way, but you have to do it the hard way now.
Yeah, I tried to have her source an estimate, and I offered to pay for the damages. She refused to do so. So here we are, and I'm glad that she'll be able to get her car fixed, and everything will be taken care of, and we'll be on our way.
What about the yapping that went on between the two?
That was post facto after she had her sister call and threaten me and ask me if I had security and all sorts of things, and that they were going to. Well, she just asked if I had security, so I would assume that implied that they were going to physically harm me in some way.
It's not a threat.
Yeah, so I'm just glad that she's going to get her car fixed.
Okay, right down there.
Thank you.
Okay, so come on. You satisfied him?
Yes.
What's that?
I love your logic. You said we have security. What does that mean?
Good.
Yeah, what does that mean?
You satisfied with what you get out of this case?
I'm very
here?
satisfied because she deserved to pay me. I deserved to get this money, and she deserved to pay me. So I'm satisfied.
Harvey?
Just so you know, there's a presumption that when somebody rear ends another person, that person who rear ended is responsible. You can rebut the presumption, for example, if you can prove the person in front backed up.